Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's Unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media. And of course, we've got a pretty big crown jewel folder. Lots for us to get our teeth into. But we do need to start here because as we were recording yesterday's Unseen, unfortunately, more releases were being announced. So we did cover releases in yesterday's Unseen, but we didn't cover all of them. And the big name was Wes Lee. Wes Lee was in NXT for quite a while. He was part of MSK. He'd been North American champion, and he'd been there for a good number of years. He had also suffered setbacks and injuries, but it was still quite a surprise to see that WWE had parted ways with him. So Wes Lee, Stevie Turner, Lance Anoa'i, Jin Tala, Draco Knox, Hayes Jameson, Summer Sorrell, BJ Ray, and Jamar Hampton. That looks to be the list of names of people that have departed WWE. Now, Wes Lee was in a group known as High Rise. One of the members, Tyson, has actually put a message out. So this is kind of insightful because you never know how the group's kind of dynamic works, if they get along or if they're just together because they've got to be together. But it seems like Wes was actually genuinely a really nice guy. So, Edward, thank you. Here's Tyson. He said, "This one hurts." Wes has always been one of the realest with genuine energy, insane talent, and a heart that made everyone around him better. You've inspired a lot of us in and out of the ring. I know this isn't the end for you. It's just the start of another chapter where you can keep shining. Nothing but love and respect always. So I just think that's really interesting because, as we said, you never quite know, if these groups really are getting on. And so that kind of just shows you what a great person Wes Lee must be behind the scenes. So thoughts very much with all of those that have departed WWE. Right, we're going to the Crown Jewel folder. And so we've got a clip here of Naomi enjoying Crown Jewel and especially enjoying the moment where Big Jim makes an appearance. So let's check this out, shall we? Let's go big screen, actually. We can make that bigger.
Go poopy, go poopy. Go back, go to my poopy. Oh, good job.
So there we go. That's just a little clip of Naomi enjoying certainly parts of Crown Jewel. Okay, they have dropped this. It's the dialogue that Roman said, right? I told you I was going to do this on my own, and I get it. I want you to be there for me, but this ain't the old times, man. This ain't the old times. This only works. This only works one way. I told you all that before. It only works one way. I love you. He says that to both of them, but I don't want to see you until Christmas. Now, a lot of people asking, what's the one way? And the general accepted belief is Roman's way. Roman runs the plays, and people have to follow that. And I don't think the Usos getting involved was part of the plan. So, obviously, a lot of twists and turns with this story. We know that the rumor is that Survivor Series, Rome and Jay are going to be on the same team. Jimmy could be as well. There's just a bit of uncertainty if it'll be Jimmy or LA Knight. But it seems like this story has got many twists and turns. At the moment, Roman is saying, I don't want to see you guys until Christmas. That's obviously not going to happen, but it's all part of the story, isn't it? And I can't wait to see what is next. So, very good. Now, I did include this in the Crown Jewel talking points, right? But I just really like this. I thought it was so good. So this is Seth's ring gear, and down this kind of side panel are little kind of patches from his previous gear that he wore when he faced Cody. So we know Cody is 3-0 against Seth, so those are the 3 matches. And there was a little bit of the ring gear from each of those. That one from the Hell in a Cell match, that one from Backlash, that one from WrestleMania. So I just thought that was really, really good and something that can easily kind of be missed. Little Easter egg in there. Okay, here's Seth Rollins. He is speaking after. There's nothing else to say. This is as he's leaving the ring, of course. I told you so. I told everybody what I do with the vision. It's for them. It's not for me. I'm the king around here. I proved that shiz tonight. I mean, he is so pleased with himself, isn't he? He is so pleased with himself. So that was Seth Rollins after leaving the ring, after winning at Crown Jewel. Mitchell, shout out to you. So AJ Styles making his debut on TNA Impact. So AJ Styles making his entrance on the premiere episode of TNA Impact on Spike TV. He wrestled Roderick Strong that night, and apparently it was the same gear. So, as the premiere episode of TNA Impact. So, for the longest time, people were talking about, imagine if AJ Styles, the guy that's like Mr. TNA, was to take on John Cena, the guy that's like Mr. WWE. So, I mean, what was really nice is we kind of leaned into that even more at Crown Jewel, with AJ Styles wearing the exact gear he wore on the premiere episode of TNA Impact. I think that's so good. I think that's so cool. That's a great find. So, Mitchell, thank you. We had this magazine as well. You can see we've got John, we've got AJ. Apparently, the gear is the same as this as well. And I believe this was posted as well. I think by AJ. It was either AJ or John posted this image. So the gear AJ wore tonight was the same that he had on a cover of Pro Wrestling Illustrated that he and John Cena shared. So there we go. Again, another little callback. So much about this match. So many talking points about this match. AJ Styles, John Cena got a standing ovation when they returned to the back after this match. As well as that, we've got this here. So this is Frankie Kazazian. Frankie Kazazian posting a little message here. He said, AJ Styles John Cena was a poetic love letter to their craft, their rivals, their legacy, and to the fans. Arguably the two best to ever do it. Honored to have shared the ring with both of these titans. Nothing but love and eternal respect. And there's a picture of John Cena with Frankie Kazazian. And actually, one of the moves that was it fade to grey move, which I know as the Deadeye, that was, I believe, a Frankie Kazazian move. So it seems like Frankie was actually honoured during the match at Crown Jewel as well. One of those moves being a tribute to him. Okay, Undertaker also had a couple of moves, like we had a chokeslam, we had a tombstone. Undertaker said, thank you, John Cena, and thank you, AJ Styles. A masterclass and a beautiful tribute to wrestling. The WWE Universe said it, but that was awesome. So, Silverback, thank you. I mean, I must say, I have seen a few people being critical, not many, just a handful, just a few. By and large, the consensus is the match absolutely banged. Even Dave Meltzer said he liked it, right? He hasn't given any star ratings or anything. We know that ESPN gave it an A grade. I think it's a 5-star match. I don't have any reservations about that. I think that the criticisms are that it was basically just moves being spammed. And I think that's a fair criticism, actually, because I think if other wrestlers were to do this match, the match would be terrible, right? But these wrestlers doing this match, they are really, I don't want to say the only ones that can, because I'm sure Randy Orton could do it as well. But I think you have to have had a long career, a very well-respected career, and then I think you can perform a match like this, because all of these moves were tributes. You know, this wasn't about spamming finishers. You know, when John Cena did Sister Abigail, he wasn't doing it because it was a cool move. He was doing it because it was to pay tribute to Bray Wyatt. It was his way of saying, thank you, Bray. Thank you for the moments that we shared. And I think people received that message. But, you know, if you was a different wrestler that had never faced Bray, then, of course, you're just doing a Sister Abigail. So I do understand where those people are coming from, saying they just spammed finishers. But obviously this was much more than that. This was John Cena, AJ Styles basically saying thank you to all those people that kind of helped them with their careers and made their careers, which is why there's only, you know, a few people that can do matches like this. New talent, people that are in NXT, people that have just started out on their careers, they would not get away with a match like this. So very special, very well executed, and in my eyes, rightfully getting all the respect that it deserves. Right here, Carl said, did no one watch SmackDown? I'm pretty sure she had a match. So Stephanie, on her thing, it says first career match in Australia, but she did actually compete on SmackDown. She was in a tag match, so this is not her first career match. She actually competed in this exact same building, arena, just 24 hours before. So, yeah, that is pretty fun, actually. That is pretty fun. She obviously was in a tag match. That would make more sense if it was first career singles match, but she'd been in a tag match along with Tiffany, so just 24 hours earlier. Right, this is ESPN, so we know that they scored WrestlePalooza a C. They gave Crown Jewel a B, which I don't mind, because during the watch along I said I thought it was like a B, but maybe a B+. I do think there's parts of this show that were off. There's a fair bit of criticism for the street fight, for example, that opened up the show. I don't think like people were blown away by Stephanie and Tiffany. It was not a bad match, but it definitely could have been better. I think the women's tag was in a horrible spot where it had to try and follow AJ Styles and John Cena. We didn't really get any kind of like big return or anything. That's always something that, you know, if The Rock had come walking out at the end, of course the show would have been better. So, you know, we didn't really get like a major moment like that. We did get moments like Bronson pinning Roman, you know, that was a big moment. Stephanie winning, I was not expecting. So that was a moment. Obviously, the finish to Cody Seth, and that match banged as well. So for me, I think there's definitely room for improvement. But yeah, I probably would have gone B+. So I'm kind of there or thereabouts. I don't think that's too unfair. So B from ESPN, right? Then here we've got, the Australian fans that had had a few drinks. They were making their voices heard. I did see that sign, actually, during the show, "Where's Bret Hart?" But this was at the press conference afterwards, right? So the fans in the crowd were chanting, "F off Saudi," and "We want Mania." So it was "F off Saudi, we want Mania. F off Saudi, we want Mania. F off Saudi, we want Mania." So they were chanting that away in the background. I mean, I wonder if at this point Triple H was like, "I'm not sure this is the right setup after all." Do you remember we used to do it in like a press room, and that sucked, and we definitely should not go back to that. But I don't know, man. The fans making their voices heard is now also presenting some other problems for WWE. As well as this, the crowd were chanting, "We want Edge," as Triple H as he was sat there, and they were singing Edge's theme song as well. So then they moved on and they started chanting MJF, who of course is an AEW superstar. So they moved on to that. And even when Stephanie was out there, they asked her, "Who would you like to defend your Women's World Championship against?" And the crowd broke out with AJ Lee. AJ Lee chants breaking out, so. And things got even spicier when Rhea was out there. The crowd were chanting Asuka's. And it's been their favourite word, hasn't it, to be honest? I feel I've never heard this word used so much in all my life. So there we go. And that's made Rhea giggle a bit, so. And this is amazing. Look at this. It does go for like 2 minutes odd, but it's a hell of a story. So let's check it out, shall we? Shockwave, thank you.
I am being dead fucking serious when I tell you that there is nobody on this fucking planet that I love and adore more than Cody Rhodes. And I know that it sounds ridiculous of me saying this while I wear this jacket, but let me fucking tell you something. Everybody in the stadium, or the arena, I should say, was wearing this exclusive John Cena shirt that is specifically made for Australia. It's yellow because yellow and green is Australian, whatever. Everybody was wearing that shirt, right? Except me. And before the main event, which was Cody and Seth, I had somebody pat me on the back. And because I had a sign, I thought somebody was going to try and tell me to take it down. I thought somebody was patting me on the back to stop me being too loud or to, you know, like sit down because they couldn't see. I had somebody come up to me with like this official WWE lanyard. So they were a staff member, and they gave me this fucking jacket, right? And verbatim, I promise you, I'm not fucking making this up. This man told me in a sea of yellow, which was the Cena shirts, Cody wanted you to have this. And he hands me this fucking jacket. And if it wasn't for this signature, I don't think any of you would believe me. This is signed by Cody himself. And it says, thanks for putting up a good fight.
How amazing is that? I'm not going to play the rest of it because we're halfway through. If you want to watch the rest of it, go to Halo Haley over on TikTok. And there we go. He put a message on there. Thanks for putting up a great fight. Signed it. And she got handed the jacket. So what an amazing story that is. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, let's go over to other, shall we? I'm not sure what's in other. Okay, so TNA sources have said that the Hardy Boy deals are up next month, but they are hoping to re-sign them and retain them. As well as that, big news doing the rounds that apparently Ash by Elegance, Dana Brooke, has said that she considers herself now retired. So we know that she had to forfeit the Women's Championship recently due to, well, we don't know actually. I don't know if I ever heard what the injury was or what had happened, but apparently now she's saying that she believes herself to be retired. So that's Dana Brooke, Ash by Elegance, which is quite a shock, to be honest. But obviously not really WWE related, more TNA related. But the Hardys is interesting because, of course, if their contracts are expiring soon, next month, if WWE wanted them, they could always offer them a deal and we could see the Hardys come into WWE. Right, then we've got this. Who approved this spot? Edward, thank you. So this is from one of the NXT live events. So you can see what they're going to try and do here. This is Zarya and ZaRuca. I believe ZaRuca is going to try and do a soul snatcher while Zarya throws Fallon in the air. So let's check this out. Can I just say, this is a hell of a move to try and attempt, right? This is a hell of a thing to go for. I feel like if you pull this off, it's going to look absolutely sick. I don't think they quite pull it off, unfortunately, right? So, I mean, she throws her maybe a bit early, and Fallon just goes down, and then she can't quite get the soul snatcher. So here she goes up. Look. I mean, to be honest, her head's probably not too bad, but her legs are already down. Like she needs to be more like that horizontal, doesn't she? But I mean, look at ZaRuca, man. Look at, she's like completely upside down here in this freeze frame, going for this soul snatcher. But you can see that, yeah, they do end up just sort of like completely missing each other. Yeah. High risk, high rewards. Don't know if that's something they're going to keep working on or maybe go, yeah, no. If they ever get that, though, it will look sick. Imagine that, Zarya chucking a girl in the air as ZaRuca hits a soul snatcher. That will look sick. I hope they keep going with it, honestly, but only if it's safe. Right, here is Iyo. She's got a cake for Rhea because it was Rhea's birthday, and Rhea is really appreciative. And then they, like, start eating it at the same time. You know? And all got a little bit, you know. It's people like, yeah. I mean, you want me to play it, don't you? So we can see that bit. I understand. Here we go. No. Dudes, what are they doing? This stuff's... Okay. There we go. Rhea's like, it's sweet, isn't it? And Io's like, yes, just like you. Ah, so there we go. But that's clearly the best bit. That's the best bit. Right, next up, Rhea Ripley shows the birthday cake that Cathy Kelley got her. So there we go. So she's had a few cakes, and there was one that Cathy Kelley got for her. So very cool. Speaking of Cathy Kelley, during the pre-show, Triple H made a bit of fun of Cathy. Triple H pointed out to Cathy that she's wearing high heels for their interview rather than now going barefoot like she used to when he was a talent to make him look bigger and more impressive. He said, Cathy, I know when I was a talent, you used to go barefoot to make me look bigger and more impressive. Now, I haven't shrunk. She's just wearing high heels now. She does do that a lot, actually. Quite often in Unseen, we'll have some clips of her, like, not wearing shoes. I've even seen it where she, like, spreads her legs so she can get a bit lower so that the wrestlers look taller standing next to her. And, like, there's all these, like, little tricks and little things that they do. It's crazy, isn't it? But I like the fact that Triple H just kind of called that out during the pre-show. Right, this is crazy. Edward, thank you. How much have WWE Mega fans spent?
How much have we spent all up? 15 to 17,000.
We've spent close to probably $10,000.
15 grand between the 5 of us going, between the 3 shows.
Don't tell my mum, but like maybe 5 grand.
It's a way to escape and be a bit rowdy. I think we've blown about 1,000 in the store already, so crap.
Have you managed to meet Rhea today?
We just did the highlight of my life at this point.
My partner doesn't know this yet. I'm actually going to propose to her in front of Rhea.
$850 for this belt, $750 for this belt, $750 for that belt.
John Cena's last time, worth it every single time. We'll spend all our money on it.
That's the only one thing I want to do before I die, just to be part of wrestling.
It's my whole life. Every day of the week I'm thinking about it. When I'm at the gym, got the music on.
If they don't ever come back, I need to make sure we've done everything.
It's crazy, isn't it? That is who's that? The West Sport. That's crazy. Where are people getting all this money from? Thousands and thousands and thousands being spent. That is crazy. That is crazy. Now, I don't even know how I'm going to get this to load up, to be honest. This is just really, really good. It's a kid wanting to know if he can say, holy shiz.
There's the one time you can say it. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Yo, chill.
Mate is off. Now that he's saying it, that's all he's going to be saying. So there we go. He finally got permission to swear. Thanks to wrestling. That's what makes wrestling the best, isn't it? That's what makes wrestling the best. The fact that we are giving young kids permission to be able to swear. Right, let's go over to community. I think we just got one thing in here. LS Dub said, I thought you might find this really cool, and I do find it really cool. So here, LS Dub said, I met Ricky Steamboat's son, Richie, at a convention a few minutes ago. Really cool guy. And I snapped this photo of the boots that Ricky wore at WrestleMania 3, along with notes of planned spots for his match with Savage. Really, really cool. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I have obviously never seen that, but to think those were the boots, that is them from WrestleMania 3. That is absolutely amazing. So, yeah, I hope you had a fantastic time. I mean, what a brilliant item to see. And thank you for sharing that with us as well, because I didn't know that was a thing that was out there where you can actually see Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's boots from WrestleMania 3 and obviously some notes for some plans. But, I mean, such an important match. Such an important match. One of the most iconic WrestleMania matches of all time. And that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. So, Ellis Dub, thank you, my friends. Okay, let's go over here. I want to try and find a way of saying thanks to people and actually getting some names on screen because I keep reading them out, but I found a way of just getting some of the names on screen. So let's do thanks and let's get out of here. So, Edwards, Canon, Wrestling Voids, Bones, Nico, it's Kaz81, Babs the Barbarian, Big Bam, Wrestling Voids, Ivan, The Wrestling Warrior, Mark, Raymond, Metal Mama, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Armando, Cal Al, Tiger Band, Claire Webb, Kelly the Wise Lady, Larry, He Who Smiles, Jeff, Wrestling Voids, Sub Ho Deep, and Mosey, the Wrestling Gods. So really appreciate the support. I know there was like a couple of SmackDown streams. There was a Crown Jewel stream. There's been Unseens. There's been Talking Points videos. There's been so much stuff. Obviously, we're starting to come out of a pretty crazy few days. We have still got a really weird, really early Raw coming up, though, right? We're not back to normal just yet. Raw is at a very strange time. It's going to be airing at 8 a.m. Eastern time on Netflix, and that's about 1 p.m. UK time. There is no later showing because obviously it's shown on Netflix around the world. So, yeah, it's one of those where we've only got the one Raw stream as a result. So we do have Raw at a weird time on Monday. We are going to be back later doing a TNA Bound for Glory stream as well. That's just going to be a chilled stream. I'll be the first to admit I don't regularly watch TNA. So we're just going to sit, watch it, enjoy it, talk about Crown Jewel as well. Probably talk about what's going on in wrestling. Have a bit of fun. And yeah, just a big thank you for all the support this weekend. Really do appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.